Right, yeah, I thought I'd end the Aussie tribute day with this. This is my favourite Aussie clip because it just is, I think, perfectly sums up Ozzy Osbourne. Um, yeah, as the entity he was. But this is after he got kicked out of Black Sabbath, and he's talking about why he's missing gigs because of doing drugs and shit. So yeah, just watch how this whole thing plays out. It's such a great clip. But yeah, let's go.
Up and that make you gig and all that. And what happened with Black Sabbath? We all ended up junkies and alcoholics and everything. Like the drummer ended up in a rehabilitation centre. I did for a while, and in the end, disaster happens. It's inevitable to happen, disaster, because it's like drugs. They were okay at the time, but we outgrew them, you know. We just, you know, we took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time, but then we all just sort of thought this ain't a very good idea anymore.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
Everything's great about that. The pouring. Could you imagine having to live with Ozzy in the Osbournes? He nearly burnt the house down. I think he was cooking. He's cooking something, and it just set on fire. And he was watching. I think the History Channel or something, and behind him, the whole kitchen's setting on fire. He's just watching telly. But just he's being so honest, and he's saying, "Yeah, doing all that was crazy, and it's a thing that we all grew out of." And then properly, he's being told to say that behind the scenes, say that all that wild stuff's done now. So he's trying to. He's pouring orange juice everywhere. He don't fit. He fills up about that much, and half of it, the rest of it goes over. He don't even notice. It just that just happens like it didn't. And then she says, "So you live in a crazy life too naked?" No. Let's just watch the ending of that.
It's inevitable to happen, disaster, because it's like drugs. They were okay at the time, but we outgrew them, you know. We just, you know, we took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time, but then we all just sort of thought this ain't a very good idea anymore.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
And it's the serious. No. Oh, that's what I mean. We lost one of the realest of the realest yesterday when Ozzy passed. Yeah, he's so funny, and that's what I mean for someone who's so gone. He was still quick. He was still insanely talented. He just loved, yeah, drugs. Yeah, and it's good that we can still because it's like the Amy Winehouse things you see now. It doesn't. They're not. It's not funny anymore because she died when she was 27. At least with Ozzy, we can watch these things because he survived it all, which is the craziest thing about the man is that he lived to I mean, a reasonable age, really, 76. I mean, for the life he lived, Jesus. But just one more time, it's the no. It's the just sincerity of his no. And what he's saying don't make sense either. Because I wonder if he's thinking I'm chatting shit. And he just
Disaster, because it's like drugs. They were okay at the time, but we outgrew them, you know. We just, you know, we took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time, but then we all just sort of thought this ain't a very good idea anymore.
So you have a more stable life now?
No.
and there's almost like as well. There's like a almost like a fear of how wild his life is at that point. No. Ah, ah. R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. Actually, was as I really don't get that crazy affected by famous people who die, but Ozzy actually did. That was like wow. Like I didn't think Ozzy was out. I thought he was going to outlive me. Like, but yeah, that was a celebrity death, or I don't even call. Well, I suppose he did become celebrity thing, but as a famous person's death, that one, yeah, was a was a saddening one. I have to say, it's like that that beautiful, unique mind is gone now. Sad, but like I say, at least he survived his crazy years, got to an old age where we can watch these things and they're still funny because, like I say, he survived and had a good time. He didn't regret it. There's no Aussie like, oh, what I done, and it just took his whole life in his stride, and yeah, and a crazy life he had at that. I mean, when you've got Motley Crue, I mean, Motley Crue are more famous for their antics than they are their music. When you got a band like Motley Crue saying Ozzy is different, like he is, because I think it's Tommy Lee in it when he says um, that that they was daring each other when they toured together and trying to outdo each other. And he's like, someone dared. He's like, I think Ozzy dared someone to piss in a cup and drink it, and then he drunk it as the bloke finished. Like, you know, Ozzy was crazy. And he said once they got off the tour bus at a hotel, it's all families around, you know, and someone had dropped a lolly stick on the ground and it was like covered in ants. And he's like, and Ozzy got on it down on the floor in front of all the kids and like and done a line of ants. Yeah. I like the one that Ozzy tells as well, where he overslept, and he said he went to have a nap. They had a gig at like 8 or something. He went to have a nap, hadn't slept for days, went and had a nap. He like woke up and didn't know where I was. Rung down and was like, "What's the time?" And they said 6. And he's like, "Went, oh, all right, good." And he's like, I was like 6 in the evening or 6 at night, and it's like, no, it's 6 in the morning. Like 6 in the morning. He's like, oh, fuck. I slept through the gig, and they didn't know where he was because he went back to the hotel room and went in the wrong hotel room because the woman was cleaning it, so it was open just because she was cleaning it, and he just went and got in bed and went. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, as I say, rest in peace, Ozzy, the rock and roll wild man. There ain't a wild man ever gonna be like Ozzy. But yeah, yeah, that's the video. Sweet.